Hey. It's Porn for the Heart. Welcome. Porn for the Heart, brought to you by Men Becoming Men. You can find us on the Facebook page, webpage by the same name, Men Becoming Men. But this is Porn for the Heart, and we're back. Glad you're here. Appreciate you tuning in. I think we got a good little show today. Going to talk about a little something here. Why? No, that's it. Why? That's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about why. We're going to talk about the question why, especially as it applies to getting it out of the mind and to the heart. And I think what we're going to find out is that we need to just eliminate the question why. And let's look into that. I think about it. You can ask the question why to so many things. Why am I in this position? Why don't I make more money? Why did this have to happen to me? Why am I in this dead-end job? Why did this relationship not work out? And we can keep going on and on and on. You think about that question why. What good does the question why really do for you? Well, it answers that no, it really doesn't. Because even if especially if you're asking the question to yourself why that something happened to you, then you're still making up the answer too. And if you had to ask the question why something happened to you that you did to yourself, you think asking yourself is where you're going to get the answer anyways? Not when it's going to come from your mind. Unless you're prepared to dive in really deep, then you're probably not going to get the answer. But that really is beside the point. Because most of us approach the question why from the standpoint of our mind. And our mind is already racing 1,000,000 miles a minute. And then what happens when we get stuck in our mind with the question why is we start to beat ourselves up. And that's really the only thing the question why is good for when it comes to us asking ourselves the question why. Why am I in this dead-end job? The mind starts working. Well, I'll tell you why, because you're not good enough to do anything else. You're here because they promised you something. They promised you something and they didn't deliver. It's not even your fault. I mean, you were led into this astray. That's why. Why? You're doing it because that girlfriend of yours, she wanted you to have some job. She wanted you to have this and you decided you'd do it. And that's why. Do you see where all this starts to go? You start to go into all this, calling the rabbit holes, taking you nowhere. Why? The question why can be dangerous. It can be detrimental to you, to your psyche, and where you're trying to go. We've talked about it before. You have some choices in life when you start to look at where you are, where you've been, and where you're going. You can focus everything you've got on your past. And what good is that going to do for you? So there's nothing you can do about the past. Now you can focus everything on the future. You're like, the past is gone. I've got to focus on the future. But where does the future come from? The future comes from your mind because you don't know. You can't predict the future. So everything that you have, everything that you want to predict for the future is going to come from your mind, which only knows what happened in the past. So your entire future is predicted by your past. So whatever happened in your past, your mind's going to assume that that's what's going to happen in the future too. So you really have one choice if you want to go about things in the only way that you have any control over, and that's the present. And then you got to get out of the way, because then you have to come to a realization that so much of what's going on in the present time, the present moment, you have zero control over. So what you really need to start to do is decipher the things that you do have control over, which is yourself, your emotions, the things that you do, and stop trying to predict, stop trying to control, and get out of the way of the things that you do not control, which is every single other person. You do not control the universe. You do not control another person. You do not control a car. You do not control anything else except for yourself. So take it from that premise. Go back now, as we're talking about here, we're talking about the question why. So when you start to ask the question why, you start to go into the past. Now, am I saying you can't learn from things from the past? I'm not saying that. But the question why starts to lead you down this slippery slope. Because the fact of the matter is it's already happened. Why did it happen? It just did. Now, is that going to be your excuse for everything now? Well, it just happened. It just happened. Oh, well, it just happened. No, but what you really need to do is if you truly want to start looking into and be introspective into how you got to where you were, the things that the things that have happened to you, want to start to look into those, you need to do that from a place of your heart. And you need to do it from a place of wanting to improve right now. And let's be honest, the question why is a question. It's a question to yourself, and there's so many questions you could ask yourself. I propose that you probably ought to look at how and what. So instead of asking the question why did I get here? Why did this have to happen to me? Why do these things always happen to me? Instead, get out of your mind. Go into your heart. Start getting your heart involved here. Open it up and ask the question, what is it I want? Forget all this why crap. It happened. What is it I want? And how am I going to get there right now? Well, I can't get there right now. I got this and this. Get back into your heart. Get out of your mind. Quit letting your mind dictate what you're going to do, when you're going to do it, and how you're going to do it. I mean, this is great stuff. Don't beat yourself up over this. That's what the question why does. The question why beats yourself up. You're at fault. Why? Why? Can you not just hear some adult pointing their finger at you? Maybe it's mother, maybe it's father, maybe it's grandma, maybe it's grandpa, maybe it's school system, whatever it is. Can you not just see that wagging finger in front of your face? Why? Why are you stupid? Why are you doing this? God, block it out. That's it. No more question why. Get out of your head. Sink down in there. You want to better yourself. That's why you're doing this. This isn't about getting away with stuff. So it's not even about trying to use that excuse why so that you can get away with things. Well, it just happened. No, you're past that point now. We're not going to do that. Sink. Open. Breathe. How did I get here? Yeah? Okay. What am I going to do right now? I'm going to do this. And I'm going to do this. And it's okay to say, I'm building up to this because the future is okay. I mean, it is going to happen. And I'm not here trying to say you shouldn't plan for things. For some of us, that's really helpful. But don't get lost in that either. Don't get caught up in that. What are you going to do right now? So stop with the question why. No need to beat ourselves up anymore. Why did it happen? It did. You could be sorry about what happened. I'm not saying you can't look back. I'm not saying you can't do anything. You can do whatever you want. Just trying to help. Got to stop looking back. Got to quit beating yourself up. Why? Who cares? Now, maybe whatever you did to somebody, obviously they're going to care. So that's why it's important that you have a place of compassion. That's why it's important that you be in your heart. So if you're just using your mind, you're going to be like, who cares? I'm a robot. It happened. Oh, well. No, it happened. I really wish from the bottom of my heart that had not happened. I do not want to do that. That is not how I want to be. Well, why did it happen? Maybe I'll explore that sometime. I'm not really sure. It did. I don't like it. It's not how I want things to happen. And right now, from this place forward, don't start making a bunch of promises because you gotta take care of things. If it happened, it did happen, and there's a reason why it happened, and it's not going to just go away. But one step at a time. Okay? So don't be like, I promise it'll never happen. No, just it happened. I don't know why it happened. And I'm not going to sink into the why. But I can tell you what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to work on making sure that it doesn't happen again. Because this is what I want. This is how I want to live my life. This is the job that I want. This is the relationship that I want. This is the car that I want. This is the place in life that I want. And I want it now. And this is how I'm going to do it. And this is what I'm going to do. And then we can work on our tendencies, the things that happen, the things that we create inside of us that occur in certain instances, the triggers that create a response and what those are. And we can go into those. We can see those for what they are and try to find out why these occur in our life. But we got to do that from a good place. We got to do that from a place of our heart. We got to get away from the place of blame. And that's where too many times the question why comes in. There'll be a time and a place where we can start to explore those things. Your present moment when you're just walking around, when you're just living your life, just isn't a good time because we use that question why to tear ourselves down. And there's no reason to tear ourselves down. So why did you tune in today to Porn for the Heart? Don't ask the question. Just listen. And we thank you for listening. This is Porn for the Heart. Question why? Ponder it. Ponder that you're done asking that question. And now bring into your heart how and what you're going to do today, how you're going to do it. You're going to bring your life into a whole new fold. Starts today. No more blaming yourself for anything that happened yesterday. It's time to move forward. You can do it. You can do whatever you want. It's time to go into your heart, find out what that is that you want and how you're going to achieve it. No more excuses. We're done with that. And we're done blaming ourselves. It's going to be a great day. It's going to be a great life. Doesn't matter if you're 20, 30, 60, 80. It doesn't matter. It's time. You guys got it. Thanks again. Porn for the Heart, brought to you by Men Becoming Men. Always appreciate you guys tuning in. Till next time, Men Becoming Men. Porn for the Heart. Thanks, guys. Love you guys.